What's up guys, I'm Phoenix Master 1 and welcome back for some more Fire Emblem Heroes. This is going to be my in-depth analysis of Summer Elincia and I'll be going over a lot of the builds that you can run on her for different game modes. So Summer Elincia is a 172 BST Blue Bow Archer with Whitecamp Bow Plus as her inheritable weapon. She doesn't really have a preferred weapon or a preferred skill like the rest of the Summer Banner, but this weapon is honestly pretty good with her stat spread. So this weapon is a 12 might conditional brave bow and this can provide you plus 5 attack and speed in combat and also the brave effect in the player phase if you've got 10 or more speed than the opponent. It does require you to be above 25% HP, so having the self-recall skills is usually not recommended with this kind of weapon. Whitecamp Bow giving you the brave effect is going to be very powerful, especially if you're a fast unit like Elincia. And Summer Elincia does have base 40 speed and also has a super boon in it, which goes really well with this kind of weapon. Her attack is not the highest at base 36 but can still work out at max investment. And her resistance is a bit more than defense, but for the most part, offenses are what matters for Summer Elincia. She's the second bow flyer after Summer Loki, and the other blue bow flyer is gonna be Summer Lin, and she does have pretty similar stat spread to this kind of 5-star premium unit. But keep in mind that Summer Lin is going to be getting a weapon refined this year, likely in September, and her deep blue bow does have the effective damage against armored units, so she does have the potential of being much better than Elincia if she ends up getting a really good weapon refine. Unfortunately for Elincia, there's another range blue flyer present on the 3 houses Summer Banner as well, and he is a 4-star focus unit. And Summer Claude has a much easier condition to get the brave effect and also has -1 special cooldown, not to mention Fallen Star in his slot B. So Summer Claude ends up becoming a much more unique unit than Elincia because of his preferred skills. She's an archer and he's a dagger unit, but still at the end of the day both of them are going to be the blue range flyers, which many people are going to be investing into. So Summer Elincia ends up being a pretty decent free-to-play unit with this amazing weapon that she's got, and for her base kit she does have attack speed bond 3 and attack speed link 3. We haven't really got attack speed link that much on any kind of Grail unit, so this is definitely a pretty nice addition. And Whitecamp Bow Plus is actually a really good weapon and it's strictly going to be a better brave bow for the faster units. It's also going to be better than Ninja Yumi in my opinion. So here are some of the good users of it and a general idea of how you could use this. Leonie is a very common merge project and she can get really fast. So Whitecamp Bow on her with a cat skill, trace skill, and a menace skill can make her hit extremely hard. And if you have some older units that you want to update with this kind of weapon, then they could definitely work out, like Norn for example here. And this is mainly a player phase weapon, so Sparrow 3 can work out, and low speed defense is also going to be pretty nice. Now funnily enough, some of the preferred weapon bow users can also make use of Whitecamp Bow because it's that good of a weapon. So Uller actually is a pretty fantastic user of this weapon because her slot B skill provides her with the dive bomb effect, and it also has partial null follow-up built into it. So she can quad attack with this bow, and with Flashing Blade 4 she's going to be able to get 20 true damage, and that is really powerful. Even if the opponent has got some kind of guard effect, she's going to be able to trigger Luna on them and nuke them really hard. And Legendary Alm, until he gets a weapon refine, can also make a pretty good use of this kind of weapon and pretty much trigger Lunar Flash on his second hit. And with a tempo skill he could definitely work out, or he could also run Flashing Blade if you want to, but tempo skill is definitely pretty nice and stacking up his offenses with his Slotty and Secret Seal. So yeah, Whitecamp Bow is honestly a pretty nice option if you have any kind of fast bow unit that you have heavily invested into. Many units can make use of this, and this is going to be a better brave bow because of its higher might and also having the extra offenses from it if you are a fast unit. Overall, Summer Elincia is a pretty nice free-to-play unit who is unique because of her class, and she does have good offenses for a free-to-play unit and for using Whitecamp Bow effectively, so she can be a pretty nice merge project option, especially with her amazing art. But many people might not want to invest into her because she doesn't have a preferred weapon like the other Summer units, and Summer Lin is going to be getting a weapon refined this year, and Summer Claude is also competing for that range flyer role. So if you're investing into Summer Claude like many people, then you might not have a lot of incentive to go after Elincia. And she doesn't really stand out competitively in Aether Raids, in Arena, or in Summoner duels. She is a fun unit for sure, but unfortunately she's not going to be making any kind of splash in those competitive game modes, which can be really cutthroat, especially at the higher level. For building up Elincia on a budget, you can just speed refine her weapon, and yeah, Whitecamp Bow being refinable is definitely pretty amazing. You can also run speed smoke from Chad, and that can help you with the speed check, especially when you're unmerged, and this could help you in Tempest Trial as well. From the Divine Code section, you can get some nice fodder for her if you're trying to plus and merge her. Having the speed boon on her is going to be really helpful so that she can meet the speed check. And you can get Attack Defense Fortress and Susparo 3 from Braddle's Shana in the Divine Code section. And you can also get Speed Defense Rain from the 4-star Focus Summer Claude. So definitely try and get that rain skill because it's the best rain skill for her. And then Blade Session is going to be the best Sacred Seal by far. Now a lot of people might think of running Phantom Speed, but it pretty much gives you fake speed. It doesn't really give you the real speed like Blade Session or Attack Speed solo. And Blade Session also gives you extra attack, which is really helpful with a Brave weapon. So I would really advise against using Phantom Speed and instead using Sacred Seals, which can give you real speed and also attack. And at max investment, you can run a Cat skill on her, and this is going to be giving you the most amount of offenses. And Speed Defense Fortress is by far the perfect slot B for her from Ascended Florina. It's really expensive, but it does provide you with the defense debuff on the opponent and the extra speed, which is really helpful with this kind of weapon. So if you're a big fan of her, then this is going to be the end game build for you for Summer Elincia. She could also be used in Arena with B-Dual Flying 4, and because she does not have a preferred weapon, she can run a 300 SP Slotsy skill for the max scoring, and a Menace skill can definitely be pretty nice, and Speed Defense Menace is definitely going to be the perfect Menace skill. Honestly, she can run Menace skills, but I do prefer having Rain skills on the other builds because you can pretty much substitute the buffs and the debuffs on the opponent with your other allies, and the Rain skills debuffs are going to be really consistent. But in Arena, it's another story and you need to have a 300 SP Slotsy skill. So this Menace skill can work out, and the fact that you can speed refine this kind of weapon is really good so that you can still get the Brave hits in Arena, which previously any of the other Brave Bows or Ninja Yumis have not been able to do. You can also run her in Aether Raids defense with Brattle Katria, and here she can just run Fire Sweep Bows so that she can still, get the Brave hits with Brattle Katria and prevent counterattacks from the far save enemies. Of course, Ascended Fiorm is going to be destroying her no matter what she runs, so with this Fire Sweep Bow build, you don't really need a Trace skill. Instead, you can run Poison Strike so that you can do that chip damage to the opponents, and she can also provide the speed defense range support to her allies as well. The final build is a bit offbeat, but I figured I would also cover this because I do plan on using her like this in Rooker's Siege against any kind of red opponent. So she can quad attack with her weapon, and you can just run Triangle Adept and Astra to boost up your damage output against that red opponent. And Guard is going to be there for protecting you from the Rooker's specials. And you can just run Flying Dancers like Raisin and just stack up a lot of Goat Flyers on your Elincia so that she can boost up her damage. And you can also run Dancers like Duopini or Harmonic Azura. And because Elincia is from Path of Radiance, the Harmonic skill of Harmonic Azura is going to be working on her, and with that you can pretty much beat up the Rooker in a couple of turns, like 2-3 turns. So I do plan on using her like this, and you can also in Rooker Siege. I usually do not cover Rooker Siege type of builds, but because she does come with this kind of weapon which can quad attack pretty easily, I figured might as well mention it. Make sure to share this video with your friends who are trying to build up Summer Elincia, and I hope you all enjoyed this video. If you did, then make sure to leave a like and a comment, helps you tremendously. And if you really enjoyed, you could always support me directly by using Super Thanks or by becoming a YouTube member. And for more FEH videos, make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell, because YouTube sub boxes are about as functional as Elincia's Brave effect if she's slower than the opponent. So with that said, I'll see you guys next time. Thank you so much for watching and have a great day.